Hi guys, I am Rebecca and these are my reviews, and today I have a ton of palettes to share with you. These were sent to me by a company called Hush, shophush.com, and it's this website that has brands you will know, like The Balm, LA Girl, stuff like that. It has a lot of K-beauty, you've got makeup, skincare, tools, that sort of thing, but the best part about it is that it has all of these inexpensive dupes. So what I have today, I have 4 highlight palettes, and then I have 5 eyeshadow palettes, so 9 palettes altogether, and I'm gonna go through each one and tell you how I feel about it, swatch some colors for you, that sort of thing. So I will leave timestamps in the description box if you want to jump ahead to the eyeshadow palettes or a particular palette or whatever you want to do. I am going to start with the highlight kits here. So most of these I believe are $10 a palette, which I mean, hello, that is an amazing price. Plus they gave me a 10% off discount code. It's just Love Rebecca, and I will leave that information in the description box so you can check that out. Okay, so let's just get to swatching. These 2 palettes are from a company called Bad Habit. Bad Habit has like this cult following. They do amazing dupes. These I believe are supposed to be from Huda Beauty, Pink Sands, and Golden Sands. Now, I may not be totally correct on these dupes, and unfortunately, I do not have a single one of the high-end palettes for any of these. I know, woe is me, but hey, I have these, and I can tell you how they are on their own. I can't really compare them to their high-end dupes, but I can tell you how it stands on its own. So anyway, Golden Sands is meant more for like medium toned skins, and you can see the colors in this palette. They're just gorgeous. They're just so pretty. And then this one, which is actually called Paradise, and this one is Oasis. So Golden Sands is Oasis, and Pink Sands is Paradise, and you can see how they compare to each other. This one just has some lighter colors and this one has some darker colors. Now, personally, for me and my coloring, I tend to go more for these colors. I just love them. They're these wonderful goldy, like this one is more of a bronzy tan color. You have this beautiful pink, which makes a great blush topper. It's a little intense to wear it alone as a blush, but what I've done is I'll put on, you know, a blush that's more of a matte, and then I put this on top of it, just all over where I've put the blush, and it just makes a beautiful glow on your cheeks. And then you can top it just with like a fan brush or something, just on the top of your cheekbone with one of these lighter shades. So Pina Colada is freaking gorgeous, and they're just like almost creamy, buttery, fantastic. I love these so much. I mean, look at the pigment on these, and the texture is so amazing. Let me just swatch these for you. Look at that. Look at that. Holy moly town, baby. These are just amazing. I love them so, so much. So anyway, I absolutely love these. I've been wearing these a ton. I've had all of these palettes for several weeks now. So I've been testing them out, wearing them, you know, from the morning to the evening and in different situations so that I can really get a feel for each of the palettes and the quality that you're getting from them. And I can tell you that these are amazing. I love them so much. They glide on, they have so much pigment, they last all day. And these colors are just so beautiful. This white one I use all the time, and I didn't think that I would because white just seems so stark, but I use it like on, you know, on my eyebrows, like just under my eyebrows or my inner corner, because you can absolutely use these as eyeshadows as well. Sometimes I will mix it, like I'll put a little bit, you know, like I was saying, a lighter color just on top of my cheekbones, or I'll use the white down the bridge of my nose or my Cupid's bow, that kind of a thing. This pink one, Mai Tai, oh, I love this. And I love Resting Beach Face, which is a really golden color. And then Sunkissed is that same kind of bronzy, but a much fairer version of it. So these colors are just, I don't know, I just freaking love these things. And the pigment, I mean, hello, I can't with this. So what I would say is, if you do get these palettes, instead of applying them with a denser brush, you really would probably fare better with a less dense fan brush, something that's going to give you a light dusting as opposed to a giant stripe of color. Unless that's what you're going for. Another highlight palette from Bad Habit. This one is Rosé, and I believe that this is a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero collaboration. You guys, look at this. Holy moly, these colors are so beautiful. So this is the palette that I have on my face today, and I mostly used this peachy colored one, Pinkies Up, and I used this kind of all over my cheeks, and then I did Shine on the top of it. Look at that. Look how crazy pigmented that is. Now these ones feel slightly drier than these kits do. These ones have a very creamy, buttery texture to them, and these ones feel a little bit drier. But that doesn't mean that they are any less pigmented. It just means that when you dip your brush into them, it picks up less product, which is good for building up, you know. So if you don't want intense color, they can be easier to work with. But they still have a ton of pigment, and they blend really easily and everything like that. They're just a little bit drier. And hello, these colors, I mean, come on. Okay, and then the last highlight kit that I have, this one is actually from a company called Face Candy. This is another duping brand, and this one is Unicorn Glow, which I believe is a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora Glow kit, because look at these crazy colors. These may not be your cup of tea for everyday wear, like the green and the blue, but these make really fun colors for, you know, any sort of stylized makeup, Halloween, any sort of stage thing, just fun looks. Also, you know, if you just do a light dusting of it, this blue is so pretty, and it just adds this iridescence to your face that is actually flattering. I didn't think it would be. I thought it would just make me look like, you know, a zombie or something. I mean, come on, these colors are crazy. This purple is really fun. I really like the purple. And again, you can use these as eyeshadows. So this is a neat palette. And then you've got the more normal shades. This Enchanted, which is very gold. It's almost like an orangey, I don't know. It's a very gold color. And then Dream, which is a lighter champagne color, and Stardust. So, you know, these are probably your more normal shades that you could wear on an everyday basis. So the texture on these is a little more powdery, like it breaks up in the pan a little bit more. So you do kind of, you know, dip your brush and then tap your brush so that you don't get fallout everywhere. But they still have a ton of pigment. They're, you know, they blend out really nicely. I do feel like these look like a little more just like glitter, you know, like you can see obvious glitter on your face, whereas the other palettes I feel look more like a shimmer. These ones do have a little bit of a glitteriness to them, but not in a bad way. And because these colors are so fun and fantastic, I actually really like that glittery effect. And they do have just like a normal shimmery highlight thing going, but I don't know, they just look a little more glittery to me. Okay, now for the eyeshadow palettes. This one I think is supposed to be a dupe for Urban Decay Heat, but the palette is not laid out the same, so I could be wrong about that. If you have a different idea of what this is supposed to be a dupe for, let me know in the comments, because I couldn't really find anything, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, right? So these colors, Inferno, it's gonna be warm tones. These all look like a burnt orange, sienna kind of a thing, but there are some more pinky tones, this beautiful copper, like glittery one. They're just so beautiful. This is also by Bad Habit. Let me get some of these glittery ones for you. They're so beautiful, and they're pigmented. This one has a little bit more of a dry texture, but again, it's not bad. It's just tap your brush before you apply it and you won't get too much fallout. And they're easier to work with because they're more buildable, or not that they're more buildable, but that you can build them up easier as opposed to just dipping in and getting like blam color. You know what I'm saying? These mattes in this palette are so soft, and they just blend like a dream, and they're just pigmented and fun, beautiful colors. Especially if you like warm colors, this palette is amazing. Let me just show you swatched on my hand. I mean, look at that pigment. It's fantastic. Now, again, this is me digging my fingers into the colors. So a lot of times people will swatch things and you're like, okay, it swatches well, but it doesn't actually show up on my eyes the same, or maybe it doesn't swatch well, but it goes on your eyes really great. But like I said, I have been using all of these palettes for weeks, and I do think that the quality is absolutely there. Some of them feel a little bit different, but that doesn't mean that they are any less good. I haven't had any issues with creasing or traveling or anything like that. They pretty much last throughout the day. And some of the palettes have more fallout than others, but you know, that's not a big deal. All right, some more Bad Habit palettes. Most of these are Bad Habit. This is what I have on my eyes today. This is Aphrodite, which I believe is a dupe for a Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. They also, Bad Habit just came out with Athena, which is a dupe for the Desert Dusk palette. Look at this. Oh, you guys, what a beautiful palette. So the colors that I have on today, let's see, I have some of this Blushing and Passion, and I have this super glittery color, Beauty. Now, these ones I feel like are super soft, and at first I was having a hard time using these colors, but then I kind of got the hang of it and I was doing okay with it. So I feel like, you know, if at first you don't succeed, try again. So these colors are gorgeous and the pigment is there and they're super soft. You will definitely get some fallout with these. These super glittery shades are a bit chunky and they like fall apart. So you have to be careful with them. I was trying to put it on with a brush and was not having any luck. So I ended up just using my fingers, just kind of dipping it and then dabbing it on my eyelid, and that worked beautifully and I got a lot of color and it didn't just all fall off. You know, once it's on, and then I could blend it out a little bit with my brush, but actually getting it from the pan to my eyes, I needed to use my fingers. Which, you know, not that big of a deal. And the other shades don't do that. The more shimmery shades, because there's several shimmery and then there's like 4 of these like chunky glitter ones. The shimmery ones and the mattes, I had no problem, you know, transferring, you know, just using a brush and getting it on my eyes. Again, these are super pigmented, so you do have to be a little bit more light-handed with this palette. But the colors are so fun. Look at this bright pink and Jealousy over here, which is this like mahogany color, and Heartbreak. Look at that, aren't those just beautiful? And the crazy pigment on these, I'm telling you, it's intense. This Heartbreak, this black, makes a great liner because I love using eyeshadow as a liner. I just think it gives you a softer look and it's really forgiving and easy to do. So I end up using eyeshadow as liner a lot, and this black is amazing for that. It's also really great for going over, like if you do use a pencil or even a gel or something, and then you can go over it with your shadow, and that will help your liner last longer, and it will matte it down if that's what you want. You know, it's just another good technique to have under your belt. Okay, so that's Aphrodite. This is Royals. This is a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This has a lot of those more pinky, warm tones, but it does have, you know, like this Primrose color. It's like this gorgeous lilac-y lavender. I'm obsessed with this. And then Regal, Honor is so gorgeous. It's just, I just love these colors. Now in this palette, definitely more on the dry side. I really like using this palette when I'm in a hurry because it doesn't, you know, it's just easier to use. You can just do a light dusting of color as opposed to, you know, globbing on dark colors and then trying to blend them out. But I love the colors in this. They bring out my hazel eyes and they're easy to use. There's 2 glittery, or not glittery, there's 2 shimmery shades in here. These 2 are very soft. They're like a totally different texture than the rest of the palette. You will often find that, you know, when you have a palette that's both glitters and mattes, that they have a different texture. And that's just, you know, that's just how it goes. But these ones, much softer, especially Queen. Queen kind of falls apart a little bit if you're not careful, but they're lighter colors, so it's easier to use. They have so much pigment. You're gonna hear me say that a lot because, well, first of all, they're all the same company, and it's true of all of these palettes. So this one, I actually just did a video of me doing a look using this Retro Love palette, which is a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. So this one, has just a mix of these fun and fantastic colors, and the Subculture palette actually got a lot of really bad reviews. It was very powdery and not easy to blend, the colors didn't last, blah, blah, blah. I don't find that to be true at all of this palette. The colors are very soft, you know, so you do have to be a little bit more careful with them. When you dip your brush in there, you are getting a lot of pigment on your brush, so you have to be careful. The video that I just did, you see me dip into this dark green color up here, and when I put it on, it's like, ah, that's a lot. But you know, it's okay. They're easy to work with. They blend out so nicely, and they really do last all day, and they just look gorgeous. I'm obsessed with Icon and Revolution, which are the two like super shimmery shades in the palette. And then you just have these gorgeous, like Free Love is this really dark kind of teal blue color, and Fab, which is this mustardy color. I mean, the colors in here are so amazing. I love it. And it's just a fun palette, and the quality is there, absolutely. And then last but not least, I have this one. This one is from Face Candy, the same company that had the Unicorn Glow palette. And this is obviously a dupe for the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. When that palette came out, I really wasn't that interested in it, but now that I have this one, I'm obsessed with it. The colors are amazing. It just has a really nice collection of different colors. You have these darker, deep gem tones, and then over here you have some more matte, lighter tones. You have some good peachy colors, but it's not all warm toned, which I really like. And again, you have a nice mix of mattes and shimmers. This one right here, Blueberry Pie, is the only one that really looks more glittery. It's like a dark purple with some pink glitter in it. And I'm obsessed with that color. I think it's so amazing. And then you've got Blackberry Tart, which is more of just like a plum color. Licorice, which is this deep green. Pistachio, which is a little bit lighter, but just gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I absolutely love these colors in here. And the palette is, for the most part, I would say it's on the drier side, so it's easier to work with. Some of the colors are a little bit softer. The glitters always tend to be a little bit on the softer side, but nothing that's too crazy or too soft. You do get a little bit of fallout with these, but not much. I just think it's fun. This has a nice tin case too. And you guys, these palettes are $10 each. I think that's true of all of them. So anyway, I will leave all of the information in the description box. Don't forget to use my discount code for an extra 10% off. It's not like an affiliate thing. I don't get anything from it, but you know, I mean, you might as well get 10%, right? I'm telling you, I've been using all of these palettes for weeks, and I am blown away by the quality of them. I just think that they are really great quality. Sadly, I do not have any of the high-end makeup that pairs with them, so I can't compare them exactly, you know, to see how they are, but who cares? I have a bunch of beautiful eyeshadow palettes right now and highlight palettes that I'm obsessed with. I think they are amazing. So I would highly recommend checking out shophush.com, because not only do they have dupes, but they have other things and just an amazing selection of fantastic products. So anyway, thank you so much to Hush for sending this to me. I am madly in love and have big plans for buying more stuff. I've already added several things to my wish list. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to see me do more tutorials or get ready with me type videos using any of these palettes, or any look specific that you'd like me to do, absolutely let me know in the comments. I would love to do that for you. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!